What's up, everybody? This your boy Al.
And I'm Erica.
And today we're going to talk about letting go.
Yep, you probably noticed if you're taking flight, there's some things that you got to let go. So we're going to talk about it.
We're going to talk about it. Letting go, letting go.
It's time to settle down.
Everybody gather round.
We gon' talk about it.
So let's talk about it.
Conversations matter, mixed with love and laughter. We gon' talk about it.
So let's talk about it.
Alan and Erica. Alan and Erica. Alan and Erica. The show.
Babe.
Yeah.
Babe. It's an open, not a song.
What? That's what I do.
All right. Today we're talking about letting go. And I'm not talking about Elsa on Frozen. I know I sung it in the opening, but we are talking about letting things go. Things that hold you back. Things that keep you dormant in your current situations, and we don't want to do that. We want to let things go, move on to the next thing. You know, it's kind of like when you have a rope tied to your hand and it's pulling on you. The best thing to do to stop that pain is to let it go.
Let it go.
Let it go.
Yes.
That's what we're going to talk about today, y'all. Letting things go. Erica, I love having my wife start off because she has such a voluptuous voice. I love her voice. What are you going to let go in 2025? Now, here's that word loquacious again, because she's about to go in. Let me wind her up.
Ain't right.
And go.
I'm going to flip it on you, Alan. How about that? Didn't see that one coming, did you?
It's all right.
Now that you're in 2025, we have had conversations about things that we were working on letting go, right?
Yeah.
To become our better good or to become the best versions of ourselves.
Right.
So if you had to name something that you were letting go, what would that be?
Oh, okay. Well, I would let go. Well, let's start off with the things that I have let. I did let go. I let go of fear. You know, fear of being inadequate. You know, a lot of times, you know, growing up, I used to feel like real small about things that I knew that I could do, and sometimes I let other people put that in my head that I couldn't do things, and they'd say, "Hey, you can't do this and that." And at times I said, "Yeah, you're kind of right. I can't do it." But I deep down in my heart, I knew I could do it. But where I grew up at, doing it came off as kind of corny. But I wish I had been corny back then, because I would have been more ahead. And you know, and right now in the future, but I love where I'm at, so it's no problem. But I just had to get over the fear of being inadequate. You know, just not being. You know, and it hurt. You know, growing up, because like I said, I did know that I could do certain things, man. But just, you know, this is one instant. I was in a school talent show at Germantown High, and I know a lot of y'all people that went to Germantown High, y'all saw this talent show back in the 90s. And I was known as the singer in Germantown High. It was me, Lewis. Shout out to my man Lewis. I know you watching. Lewis, Prafe, Will, and Armin. And even my man Omar and a lot of people. We were singing a Boyz II Men song, right? And before the show, a lot of people said that I could sing. And when I went to do the Wanye part of I, you know, I felt inadequate to do it because people said, "Oh, you want crack, man. You can't hit that note. You can't hit that note." And I let that get in my head, you know. And when I got up on stage, I cracked. You know, I mean, I had the footage of it, but you know, somebody recorded over it.
We're letting that go.
We let that go because, you know, and then moving forward, I became a good singer. Went to studios, met a lot of celebrities, sang background on people's albums. You know. So I got over that. You know, I let that go.
But wait a minute, I gotta take it back a little bit.
Okay.
You said that people, two things. One,
Right.
you said that there were people when you were growing up who instilled fear in you.
Right.
Who were those people? Not necessarily by name, but what value did they have in your life? Because I think that makes a difference.
Okay. Yeah, well, it was a lot of people that couldn't do what I do, and it were people that wanted to do what I do, but didn't have the know-how to do it. So it's like what they do is they put their fears on me, and it got to me,
But you didn't see them as that in the beginning. When they were putting the fear in you, you had not yet recognized that it was because they could not do what you do.
They couldn't do what I do.
Right,
so.
but at the time, were these friends? Were they family members?
They were people I grew up with.
They had value in your life?
No.
So you let people that held no value in your life
No value.
instill fear in you.
Fear.
Now looking back, realizing that it was because they didn't have the ability to do what you could
Didn't
do.
have the ability.
And so they put fear in
They
you.
put fear in me.
And then you talked about how strong fear could be because you said the very thing that people spoke over you over and over again before that talent show was that you were going to crack.
Yep.
Did you go on stage with that fear that you would crack?
Yep.
And that's what happened.
That was the fear.
So fear is powerful.
Fear is powerful.
So how did you finally overcome the fear? Because you spoke about, okay, that happened, but then you went on to sing on a lot of albums of some big name artists.
Yeah.
But even that, weren't you hiding in fear still? Because you were in the background. And word on the curb is people wanted you to be the front man.
Yeah. Because that fear, I still haven't gotten over that fear after that incident.
Okay.
Even when I was singing background for, the celebs, I'm gonna name drop. I don't care. Music Soul
And you
Child,
should.
Jill Scott, Aries,
You on the SWV
Kenny
song.
Lattimore, SWV, Heather Headley,
Glenn Lewis.
Glenn Lewis. Yeah, I just to name a few. Gene Baylor of the Baylor Project. Shout out, y'all better be watching. Yeah, and just to name a few, I got over that fear singing in the background, but singing in the forefront. That part right there was the inadequacy. It's like I didn't want to be in the front no more. So that's still the fear. It wasn't even the fear of cracking, on stage when I was a teenager in high school. It was being the front man and then doing the front stuff. It's like I didn't want people looking at me because I thought I was going to make fun of myself again. You know what I'm saying?
So that was a lot of pressure.
Yeah, a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
Man. It was a lot of pressure.
So fear could prevent you from being in a spot that you're naturally called to be in.
Yeah. False elements appearing real is fear.
So you're letting go of fear, huh?
I've let it go.
Okay.
Because I am in the front. I will move to the front. I just did some stand-up comedy in Atlanta.
Yes, you
know what I'm saying?
did, on
I
the
did that.
stage,
On
yes.
stage. Didn't get booed.
That's right.
Didn't get a lot of laughs either, but that did
But
not
you
stop
didn't
me.
fail.
It
That's
did not
right.
stop me from doing what I do, and I was in the front. So now I'm acting. I'm in the front. I love being in the front. I get a rise off of it just being in the front now. So I've gotten over that fear. And there's a lot of other fears that I'm still tackling, but in time they'll subside, and and then I could move on.
That's right.
Move on.
Well, two things I want to commend you on. One, I remember when I was in the ministry, right? We had to learn about what they call trees. And each tree was associated with demonic spirits, things that kind of stand in your way.
Right.
I found it interesting that the tree of fear held a lot of elements with it. It was offense and some other things, but I remember I was trying to walk in my power of being a minister, and I was like, I rebuke you, fear, get thee behind me. And I heard a voice so calm say, fear is not something you could shout out. You have to overcome it. You don't have control over fear. You can only overcome fear.
Wow.
So I like that you talked about, yes, those were some fearful situations for you, but the way you overcame them was by a couple of reasons. One, you surrounded yourself by experts. And that's a scary thing.
Yeah.
To be in a room with celebrities and high-end names is like, for some people, that could be very daunting. So shout out to you for taking that step to overcome that fear. And I also found it interesting that life will send you attacks early.
Yeah.
Like your very gift and talents are based on you being out in front.
Right.
And so from the time you were little, you had people to start attack that. They started attacking that by saying you can't do that, you shouldn't do that. But your whole gift is based on you being able to be out in the front. So good job, babe.
Thanks. You know,
You're welcome.
And it's crazy because I remember I was in the studio and name drop Will Smith had came in and I was singing. As soon as I saw him, I stopped. I don't know why. I was just like, I don't want to sing
Over
for him.
and out.
Yeah, because I didn't want him to say, "Hey, I'm gonna sign you," and I'm like, "Oh, now I'm scared of."
So there it is
fear.
again, that pressure.
Yeah, it was the pressure.
The
yeah.
pressure. So it's not that you're afraid to sing. You're afraid of the pressure
The pressure
that comes with the spotlight.
I was
Okay.
afraid of the pressure that comes. With the
Did you ever sing in front of Will?
Never.
Okay.
Yeah. You know what's funny? I think I missed out on a song, writing a song with Jill Scott.
Tell the story.
Because of my fear. Well, I was in the studio at home cooking, and
Shout out to Carvin Hayden.
yeah, shout out to Carv. So I was in the studio, and I was playing a track that one of the producers down there did it, and I don't know who did it. I think it was Rob or Smurf. It was either one of them. And I was doing it, and I was writing a song, and Jill came in, and she was bobbing her head like, and I just turned around, and she said, "Oh, this is a nice beat. This you?" I said, "No, this." I said, "Rob, I think Rob or Smurf did the beat." And she's like, and I was just humming something, and she's like, and she started humming, and I just stopped.
So again, you froze.
I stopped. I said, and then she's like, "Well, all right." And then she just walked out the room. I was like, and I said, "Wait a minute, did I just?"
Missed opportunity.
Opportunities don't pass by; they just pass on other people, man.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I got a lot of celebrity stories, but those are for up and coming shows in the future. So stay tuned because it's a lot of them. And they're
Well,
funny.
that kind of speaks to the open of our show.
Yeah.
True story. We recorded with a Grammy Award winning producer. Shout out again to Carvin Higgins.
Carvin Higgins.
And we were in the studio. Alan and I had written a song. We had practiced the song at home. And I thought we were ready to go. So we get to the studio and I don't understand what was happening.
Yeah.
And so Carvin is producing him and Alan's in the booth. And I'm saying, "Ooh," I'm getting agitated, but I try to stay in my lane. It's real hard because I'm a boss by nature,
Right.
but I try to stay in my lane. And my foot was going. If anybody who know me, you already know when that foot goes. It's it's an issue. And I said I can't do it. And I jumped up and I said, "Hey, bruh, what's going on? What are you doing? What are you doing? I don't understand. Sing the song." Like I really felt like Ike for a second.
Yeah,
Like
she
sing the
animated the mess out of
song.
me. Sing the song.
I said,
animated.
what are you like trying to? He like trying to get the notes. Hey, bruh, just sing the song, right? And so I said, "I'm sorry, Carv," and I stepped out, and he hit record again. But I'd never noticed Carv's body language. He was just like, right. So he hits record, and Alan sings the way that I've always known him to sing.
Yeah.
So Carv hits stop, and he puts his head down. He goes, "For 20 years, I have
20
tried
years.
to get him to do what you just did.
Wow.
I have argued with Ali.
Fear.
I was trying to figure out why he could sing outside of the booth.
Yeah.
But the moment he got in the booth, this is what I got.
I turned into a Lizzo.
He said, for 20 years. Like, I wish we had you around. So in that moment, I learned something about my husband. When he's in the room with certain people, he felt inadequate. And I'm saying, here's the great thing about you. You don't have to try to be a singer.
I don't.
You are.
I am.
And so most people that are battling with fear, you don't even have to worry about it. Just be.
Yeah.
You are already the thing. It is the people and the situations that try to come after us to convince us that we are not who we are created to be. So good job, babe, overcoming fear.
Yeah. So, I mean, now that we talked about my fears and inadequacies, what are some of your fears that you got over and you're not taking into 2025?
So
Erica?
me, I gotta say, fear was something that I already worked with a while ago. I'm not saying that I'm perfect, but fear ain't really, you know what I mean? Like he already know I don't play with him like that.
Right.
But my issue is anger. Dum, dum, dum. I am recovering from a long foot injury.
Right.
And what we found was that a lot of my suppressed emotions were involved in the pain of my foot. Mind blowing, that's a whole nother show. And so I noticed that if you ever notice that when you get angry, like something small, right, you go from 0 to 100.
Right.
Like, nah, he just dropped a pen. I don't think I should be that mad, right? And so I just kind of sat with it, and I had been asking God, like, help me get to the root of the anger. Like, what am I really angry about?
Right.
And shockingly, over the last few months, a lot of things have come to me. And just recently, this morning, woke up with another nugget, something that happened to me 22 years ago.
Right.
I never really dealt with it. I thought I did. I acknowledged it. I talked about it, and I forgave the person, but I skipped over an emotion. Want to know what it was?
What was that?
Anger. I never got mad about it. I was sad about it. I was disappointed about it.
Right.
I was hurt about it. I was devastated about it even. Never allowed myself to feel the anger about it. Wow. And this morning I felt that thing.
Wow.
So what Alan and I have grown into a practice of doing is if we are talking and we realize that there is a person that has slighted us and we never really dealt with the anger, we sit down and write them a letter.
Yeah.
We sit down, write them a letter, and I mean those keys be
Or an email, but don't send it.
No, you sent yours.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I did something like
You at your own risk. Do what you need to do to heal, okay?
Yeah, I forgot about
But yeah, you sent yours. But for me, I will not be sending this letter. It was time for me to write it out, but I was shocked 22 years later, like, you angry? Hey, I'm angry about that. So I think for me, I thought being the bigger person was like, yeah, that happened to me. But, grace be to God. I'm a show like, you can't break me. And all that is great.
Right.
Hey, do that. But don't forget to get mad. Because if you don't, you're just lying to yourself. I've lied to myself for 22 years.
Wow.
That I was not angry. No, I'm still mad, apparently. I got a letter to write. You understand? Like when the reality hits you about what has been done to you. For me, it took 22 years to figure out, I'm mad as hell about that.
And you should be.
Like, how dare you? And I never gave that person that kind of energy.
Yeah.
And I do, unfortunately, have the bad habit of allowing people to hurt me. And I go straight to, that's okay. I just thank God for the lessons I go straight there. But in 2025, I'm going to allow myself to get mad.
Yeah.
I'm going to allow myself to say, that pissing me off. We good, though. But I'm not going to skip over the part that I'm pissed. I don't think it makes you less of a Christian. I don't think it makes you less of a person that's pleasing to God. I think anger is important. I mean, it's even in the Bible. Like, you can be angry, but sin not. So I just want to, I think anger had control over me, but in a suppressed way. So nobody was paying for it but me. My foot felt it. Wow. My emotions felt it. And probably kind of the punch behind my words when I do get angry. It's probably like, because I got suppressed anger in me. So I just want to really get over the anger. And I do feel myself, like since I've been on this journey with God, asking him to uproot the things that hold me back from who he's called me to be. I have noticed a change in me. I'm a lot calmer. Mm-hmm. I don't try to solve everything because what was that? I went through a savior phase where I was just going to solve everything. I mean, everything. Anytime. And people knew. Yeah. They were plugging into me, getting all their needs answered. You hear me? If you came up to me and presented a problem, I'm sitting down, I'm writing out a whole blueprint and then mad. Like, I ain't even, because you giving it away. Yeah. So now I take joy. I know. Be careful with that song. Get your own cautious. No, but seriously, for me, it's anger. I gotta let go of anger. But here's the key: it's easier to say I'm gonna let go of anger, but I gotta allow myself to be angry. That's what I'm doing. In 2025, I'm gonna allow myself to be angry.
Yeah, it's like the Hulk. When the Hulk was David Banner, he tried to suppress himself from being angry because he knew if he get angry, he gonna tear some stuff up. But then around the Avengers Endgame, you saw the Hulk and David Banner together. They needed each other.
Yes.
So that's where that's where the anger is suppressed.
I relate to that. I really do, because if you're a Black woman in corporate America, we definitely learn to suppress our emotions. Mm-hmm. And it's really hard for me now because there's two directors and I'm Black and she's white. To see the difference side by side is alarming. it is alarming. If they present us information, my only option is to say, I love that. That's it. If I have any opinion or any feedback, I'm combative, I'm negative, I'm not a team player. So you know what I do? I just feed her my stuff. Whatever objections I got, whatever challenges I have, I go off to her because I know she's going to take it and present it as her own. Works for me.
Yeah.
I mean, that's sad though.
Yeah.
That's still sad. Like, it's sad.
2025, and that's how I still
I'm really trying to get out these people corporations because there's no room for me. Like, I want to be able to be who I am, but I even thank God for that. I really do thank God for saying, nope, I'm not going to allow you to give all of that to somebody else. That's for you.
Yeah.
So allow myself to be angry and
Yeah.
then let go of the anger that no longer serves me.
Yeah, just the work environment and that she's in. I mean, I ain't talking bad about her environment. I mean, it's a good environment. You know, you make it what it is. But sometimes you deal with a lot of misanthropic people.
Oh, come on, misanthropic.
Misanthropic.
Tell the people what that means.
Misanthropic is people are haters of all mankind. Like these are the people that you deal with.
Towaways.
Yeah, but
okay.
Just letting go of the fear, letting go of disappointment,
Yeah.
letting go of just inadequacy. That's the word for
Feeling
today.
inadequate.
Yeah,
Yep.
and it's a lot of things you have to let go to. And like she said, letting go of anger is a big issue of mine because that's another thing. I've been angry a lot. From the things that happens in the past and past relationships and past friendships and stuff that we talked about on other shows. But once you get over all of those things, man, your life would be so much better, man. And then it'll get you off of the blood pressure medicine.
Yeah, but I think for us, it's really about acknowledging it.
Yeah.
I mean, most of your anger subsides in the things that you never acknowledge.
Right.
If you're surviving, if you're living in a neighborhood where they're fighting you
Right.
every week you got to run for your life to your house, that's anger. But you don't have time to sit and unpack those emotions like, yo, I'm mad. Like, you just keep going through life and growing through life, not even realizing that you got a chip on your shoulder.
Nope.
Like, when I met Alan, and even his clients, like, they tease him now because before we got together, they said, I didn't know you could smile. Like, I'm so serious. When we came back from Jamaica, I was looking at pictures, and all his pictures had a growl. It was like...
Yeah.
So you okay? I don't think that's the same guy that I met in Jamaica because he was able to put those burdens down,
Yeah.
What were you going to say? I'm
One of my
sorry.
friends said I got the personality of a state trooper. I was like, I don't know what that means. But then when I got pulled over by a
just
state
stoic.
trooper, I said, damn.
Yep. Just stoic and angry. Just stoic and angry. But
Hold up. Remember that time when you told me to be more inviting to my customers? And I said, okay, I'll try that. And my man Sim came in and he sat in the chair. I said, hello, Sim, how are you? He looked up at me like,
you all right, Al?
I
That's what he
said,
said.
yeah. And so I was like, sure. I put his cape around, put the necktie around him and everything. Started coming down. I said, so how's the family? He's like, they're great, Al.
No, you asked him, what kind of cut would you like today?
Yeah,
That's what he really...
I
I'm
was
sorry.
like, yeah, so what kind of haircut are you getting today? He's like, nigga, you never asked me what kind of haircut I'm getting. You always just cut my hair, man. I said, no, I'm turning over a new leaf, and I'd like to service you as a client, and I'm your barber. He looked up at me, man, stop playing. So then I looked at Erica, because she was sitting, I said, you see?
You did it for what, like 3
Right.
clients?
Yeah.
And they all begged him, like, stop.
They wanted me to go back to the mean,
That's horrible.
surly dude that I was.
That's horrible.
But it was all in fun because they love
Yeah.
me, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, they
these
knew
are-
it was from a good
yeah,
place.
Yeah, these are great stories. So then after I took that off and I was like, okay, so I said, see, Erica, it doesn't work. So then he's like, yeah, thank you. So I said, now what kind of haircut you want, nigga?
And he loved this.
Yeah, and he
As
loved
a community, we
Yeah.
have to do better. We should not like abuse.
Yeah, but that was it. Those were fun times, man. But getting over a lot of humps in your life. It's like you go through Monday. What was that thing? I sent you the video where they went through the days of the week. It was like Monday and then Wednesday. Joe Biden was like, he made
Listen.
that face.
that's
It's
the
like,
delirious. Like, what
Yeah.
is going on? That is me every week.
Yeah.
I watch that every day and crack up because it's true. You go in Monday, like, we here Tuesday. You're like,
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Wednesday, you're like, what
the-
is even happening? And I do have to call myself out on something because I talk big stuff about fear.
Right.
But you mentioned something, Alan, that stung a little bit for me. I did have to and continue to have to overcome the fear of how I look. So when I came into this work environment, this was new for me because it's in a new state, it's in a new region. So I'm not working with the same people that I did before.
Right.
I've been with the company for years, but this is now a new group of people. So I walked in thinking that I'm just going to pick up from where I left off of.
Right. Can't do
Right.
that.
And so I came in with love in my heart, integrity. I tried to do everything what I thought was the right thing to do, and people did not perceive that well.
Wow.
I get attacked a lot at this job for the way that I speak. They don't like my vernacular. They say it makes them feel like I'm talking down to them. What else don't they like? Oh, somebody told me the other day, I thought this was amazing for me anyway. I don't like the way you carry yourself. Dang.
I like when you carry
Like
yourself.
me having my hair done, makeup, nails done, and dressing nice is intimidating. That's something that you need to work on with your Jesus. That has nothing to do with me. But I will say that it taught me something. I was so hurt in the beginning that I was getting all of these attacks and complaints about my my work performance.
Right.
And I heard God say, you care too much about what people think.
Yep.
You care too much. And so this is the first time in my professional life I've had to literally stay nose to nose with God and just keep my heart clean and not worry about how it looks to other people. That's
Yeah.
all I got. So if you're going to go anywhere in life, the two things that you have to let go of is fear and anger.
Yeah.
Fear and anger.
Yeah. You know.
Any
What I would say, cry a river, build a bridge, and get
That's your
over
favorite.
it. It's my favorite Jay-Z line. Cry a river, bridge, blah, and build a bridge and get over it. But
Don't skip over building the bridge,
build
though.
the bridge.
You got to build the bridge, which means you have to acknowledge the hurt, talk about the hurt, deal with the hurt, allow yourself to be angry, and then let it go.
Yeah.
We're real big on saying it's all good.
Yeah.
No, it's not. Not yet.
It's
It's
not.
okay to tell somebody like, how you doing?
Yeah.
Not quite there yet. I tell people that all the time.
Yeah.
Hey, Eric, I'm not
haven't had my
quite there
coffee yet.
with you. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
some
you.
things you just got to get over, man. You
In time.
Leave it. Yeah, let it go. Let it go.
Yes.
Because I'm going to just tell you this. If you want to be somebody, if you want to go somewhere,
You
you better
gotta
wake up and pay attention. We tried to harmonize there,
Yeah.
but we didn't practice it.
That's all right.
It's all
well,
good.
here we go. We wrapping up, babe.
Yeah.
It's at the hour. So any last words for the people? 30 seconds and let's go.
Just get over your fears, man. Because the one thing about fear, man, it'll drive you. It'll push you. We was kind of fearful of doing this show because we didn't think that people would watch, but we just got to fear. You got to get over that fear that people are going to watch. They're going to watch.
Right.
And if they don't watch, then they're just misanthropic.
You always give the people the word for the day, and I love that for them and us. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, who are you?
I'm Al.
And I'm Erica. And we'll see you next time on the Alan and Erica Show.
Peace. It's Solace.